is fragrant flower. And this is, you can do this seated too. So I think I'll do it seated, and you can stand if you wish. But when you're seated, be on the edge of the chair, back straight. And we start the fragrant flower because the fragrant flower is just from the top anyway, and we don't use the bottom. So it's to bring the chi up to the top part of the body. So the first part is just opening and closing, filling the chi between the palms of your hands. And then breathing. Deep breathing. Put your hands together, and we have the swimming dragon. Back to center. The jade phoenix nods its head. The Chinese figure 8, or the pagoda. Now we have the pair of monks separating bowls. Reverse. Keep your eyes on the palms of your hands. Now we have a separation of the twin fish. The palms are down. Now we turn the universe. Reverse. Next, we row across the sea. Extend those fingers. Now the Buddha wheel, constantly turning. Reverse. Now we cradle the child. forcing the wind between the ears. Now we make little circles like eyeglasses, and we look at the golden light. Now we sway the hands across the dantian. Feel the qi again between the palms of the hands and bring it down to the dantian. Bring down a column of qi. And the next exercise we'll do is for the legs. So let's stand up. Okay, I want you to keep the feet firmly on the ground. Feel the ground so your feet are sort of scrunching into the carpet or floor. And then I want you to just rotate the hips. The other side. I find that this is one of the harder things for we older people to do is to move the hips. We seem to be locked in the region around here. And so it's always good to try to get those hips going, and that gets the dantian circling. So forward, back, side, forward, side, back, side. That's all you have to do. Just make a nice big circle and do it slowly so you can actually feel the hips moving. That's right. Very good. Okay. Now let's put our feet together. We're going to rotate the knees. Again, wide circles. Put the weight onto the palms so it's not onto the knees. And then again, just make wide circles. If you're having trouble doing this, step out a bit. And now what you're actually doing is you're turning the tailbone into a circle. Reverse. And you want this area to do all the work, not the knees. You don't want to just stand here doing this. You want this area to move, and that moves the knees. So by rotating the hips, you actually move the knees, and that's what we're trying to accomplish. Okay. Very good. Now let's extend the foot with the heel up. And we're gonna exercise the thighs and hamstrings. So come down, and then this knee gently bend. Very slowly, just do it very slowly. Just gently stretch till you feel the stretch of the leg. If you're not used to doing this, take it very slowly and you can work your way up to it. But you will feel the hamstring pulling. Come back to the center. We'll do the other side. Always take your time. And if you don't feel like you accomplish this, then don't do it. You can wait off and do it on your own later on or in increments. And you don't have to do as many repetitions too. A few repetitions during the day, that helps. But like for me, I do have a little trouble walking. And so, the knees started to give out. And so I spend a lot of time just stretching. And when I do this, I find that actually I can walk a longer distance and it doesn't hurt me. So I think the whole idea is when you stretch, then the legs have a chance to absorb all that liquid and pumping into the blood into the area. Okay, let's bring our feet together and let's just massage the thighs up and down. Press really hard, get that firmness into the thighs. So again, balancing is one of the important things we have to learn as we get older. One of our Tai Chi instructors that I go to, he's an elderly man, a lot older than me, and he recently fell. So even for people practicing Qigong for a long time, you can fall and hurt yourself. And so we also want to make sure that our balance is good. Remember the Dantian, that's the center, equilibrium. So always put your mind right here. Think of the center like a ball. And then as we lift, think of the center line. Lift the leg up only as far as you want. I'm using the other hand to guide my leg like I have a string attached to it. And this helps me to concentrate on what I'm doing. And if you notice, my fingers run along the center line of the body. I'm also tucking in my tummy a bit, and that helps me to bring the leg up. And I'm doing a lot more repetitions than I normally would, because I want you to see that you can do as many as you want, and you don't have to do as many as I do. I want you to slow down, but I want you to see that you can make some progress in this. Okay, now we're going to lift the leg and turn it, opening the hip, the quad. So I'm going to bring my leg up, turn it, and then gently set the heel toe down. Balance, lift, open, heel, toe. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Deep breath. And exhale. And I'm not going to do too many of these because it's a little harder to do. Just one more. Very good. Now we do another exercise where we stretch the leg out and at the same time bring the hands up. Like a bird flying. Coordinating the arms with the leg. That's why you have the chair there, in case you need it. You can hold on to the chair. Always be safe. Have something near you if you're not too sure about your balance. And bring the hands down. I'm going to tap the hips all the way down to the ankle. Okay. So let's get the chair again. Again, you don't have to use a chair. You can do the routine standing up. But we're going to be doing the 8 brocades. So this is a traditional Qigong exercise. And so we usually do it standing up, but you can either do it standing or sitting. Again, sitting on the edge of the chair and pretend there's a string holding up your head there. And just relax. Breathing in and out, relaxing from the last exercise. Okay, so let's support the sky. Looking up. Stretch. And gently bring the arms down. I prefer doing all these exercises as slow as I can. I want to see what muscles I'm using, tendons, how it affects my body. Is my center line okay? Am I leaning forward, backward, sideways? I can feel the back stretching, the side stretching. And as I bring my arms down, I could feel the shoulders rotating. Now we'll bring the hands together. And I'm going to look one way as I turn at the waist, back to center. Gently turn the waist to the other side. And this is going to help me learn how to use my waist when I do other Qigong exercises using the waist. I could feel the waist turning and not my hips. And that's what I want to feel. So if you're having problems using the waist to turn, just take a seat and practice this. And you can feel where the waist goes, just below the rib cage, all the way down to the belly button. Now we separate heaven and earth. This is good for the stomach and the spleen. So we bring the hands up, one hand over the head to the heaven, the other hand down towards the earth. Look up. You'll notice also the placement of the hand above the head. You don't want it way behind you and you don't want it forward. You want it just above the head so that when you look up, you can see the palm of your hand, or at least the back side of it. And we always bring the qi back into the dantian. Now we're going to cross the arms and draw the arrow. So this arm's going to bring the bow and arrow back, and this one's going to extend. And you can feel the back separating, extending, the front stretching. Back to center. Now the wise owl looks back. It's a good pathway to the heart, releases tension. So bring the hand up to the shoulder and gently look behind you. Notice how it isolates the waist area. And it actually forces you to turn your head a little more without really stretching the neck muscles too much. Now we bend the back and then touch the toes. So we come down, bring the chi around the belt channel, gently bend the back, and then bring the hands down as far as you can. If you can touch your toes, all well. Back to center. Now we bring our eyes half closed as we punch with angry eyes. Now, I don't want you to use your shoulder to punch. I want you to use the dantian, push. Feel the dantian moving. That's the center. That's where the energy is coming from. Now we lift and drop the feet and allows the chi to settle. Bring your hands down to the down chin again. Close your eyes. Relax the body. Relax the mind. Just drift. You're out in outer space. You're just drifting along with the cosmos. No hurry, not going anywhere, not returning, just drifting. Okay, I better return to Earth here. I'll fall asleep. Okay, so our next exercise set, we're going to be doing the 18 form, the Shibashi, and we'll be doing that standing. So we'll get a drink of water, whatever you need to do, and we'll use the rest of the half hour or so for this exercise. Bring your feet together, step out, and just breathe for a second. I know some of you want to relax and get some water or whatever, so take your time, just breathe. Instead of breathing up here shallow, try to breathe down here, breathing in. You can feel the stomach coming in, and as you breathe out, pushing the stomach out. In, out. Deep breath, exhale. Deep breath, exhale. One more. Deep breath. Gently exhale. And now we're ready to do the Shibashi Set one. And we commence. Gently rocking on the heels and the toes, lifting the hands up very slowly. It actually becomes more difficult to do it slowly because you have to coordinate the hands with the legs. And as you gently rock, you want to make sure that your hips are pointing forward, your knees are pointing forward, your shoulders are relaxed, the elbows are relaxed, the wrists are relaxed because they have to come up and then turn down. Continue rocking and just enjoy the flight like a bird or like you're in the ocean, just floating. Bring the hands up to broaden the chest. So you'll see a lot of videos on this, and they go pretty fast actually. And I prefer just to do it as slowly as I can. Again, just to be in a meditative mood. Now we dance with the clouds, dancing with the rainbow. I'm trying to relieve all the tension in my arms and essentially let the shoulders do the work. And then back to center. Separating the clouds. Palms out, down, and around. Notice how when you separate the clouds, you not only broaden the chest, feel what's happening to the shoulders as they extend. Now, all these things work in unison with the feet and the legs. So I'm not just standing here moving my arms, I'm actually pushing down right there into the ground with my legs, causing them to pump up. So as I lower and pump, you can feel the knees rising, pumping up the energy up to the spine, over to the shoulders. So I'm using my whole body to do this exercise. Feel the feet flattening into the ground right there and up. Now we're going to use the waist to turn as we swing the arms forward and back. Gently pushing the hand forward and noticing I'm not turning the hips, I'm only turning the waist. So this is where the seated Qigong comes in handy because you can actually feel the waist moving and not the hips. Again, I'm using my knees and my legs and the feet to push. I'm using the heel to push the hand out. And I can feel the heel somehow relating to the fingers. As I push, they become one. Now we roll the shoulders again, rowing the boat forward, bending at the knees, the ankles loosen, the hands come up, and the body goes into a little flow here. My hips come forward, the shoulders back, shoulders forward, hips back. So again, you want to use the whole body. In reverse. Hips forward, shoulders back. Hips forward, shoulders back. You don't have to do all these repetitions, only do as many as you want. I'm just doing a lot so that you could follow through and take your time. So if you want to slow down, that's perfectly good. And then back to center. And I'm going to put a ball in the palm of my hand. And I'm going to push. I'm pushing from this heel, making the arm rise because the energy is going through the spine up to the shoulder as I push the heel. Breathing in, out. Push the heel. So with all these exercises, I want to learn how to bring the whole body as one, so that I'm not just going to the gym, so to speak, and exercising one muscle. I want to work the whole body all at the same time. Pushing off, lifting the hand, push. And when you do this, you really lose less energy because you're really not lifting the arm per se. You're letting the waist turn the shoulders, and the shoulders lift the arm. Back to center. Now we want to carry the moon. I'm going to form a little ball here. And I'm going to carry the moon up to the sky and set it up there. Pushing off the hill, bringing the arms up, placing the moon. And this is where the seated Qigong comes in handy, because you're using your waist again to turn, looking back. And now we're up here, we'll shut the door. I'm using my waist again, and I'm not moving my arm at all. I'm letting the waist turn the whole body. And now we bring the hands together to a big ball. And new cloud hands. Gently turning at the waist, leaving the hips facing front. Pushing off the heel again. Push, push, push. Stepping forward, scooping the sea, opening the clouds. Notice the heel, the toe, stretching the leg, gently leaning back. Step in, the other side, step out. The next exercise, we're going to push the waves, lean back, hands together, push down and out. Gently rocking with the heel and the toe, stretching the leg, letting the wrists come up. Breathing in, breathing out. Back to center, the other side. Next exercise, we're going to spread the bird's wings, bringing hands together, extending the bird's wings. Let the wrists come back. Gently rocking. Now we're going to the center, turn to the other side. Back to center. Now we punch. Let's do it this way. And I'm opening my palms because I'm releasing that pent-up energy. The other side. And back to center. Now I'm going to come up onto my toes as I fly like a goose. Stretching that leg out. And back to center. I'm going to hold on to a little stick. So I'm keeping my palms equidistant, and I'm going to rotate. Let the waist do all the work. The arms are just there as an appendage to the waist here. The waist is doing all the work. As you come up, relax the shoulders and let them drop. Reverse. Back to center. Now I'm going to bring my hand up, down, as I lift this leg up and bounce the ball. Back to center. Bring down 3 columns of chi. they call the Dantian storage of the body energy. And we want to seal it, keeping the energy inside by rotating our palms around the down chin. Reverse. And we have just a couple of minutes left, so I want to do one thing before we part, and that's another meditative stance. So we'll do the Iron Maiden. So you bring your heel down, relax, bend the knee, and just lift the hands. Relaxing the feet, breathing in and out. Let's do the other side. Bring down 3 columns of chi. And thank you very much. Although we don't do a lot of standing meditation, that's something you should probably learn on your own. And so I'll be sending you a lot of information on that so you can read it and study it. And if you have any questions, just feel free to email me. So see you next week. Take care.
Thank you, Peter.